Yo, what's up guys, your boy Jabberwoman8 here, and I just want to clear everything up for you guys that don't know, or just a little bit confused about this announcement that I told everyone last week, is that I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks break, a month at best, and I should be back around end of August time. So yeah guys, just want to take a break, you know, just really chill. I haven't done that in a while, so seems right to do it. So yeah guys, hope you guys understand. And yeah, that'll be the same for the F1 Online Club, and that'll be the same for my live stream as well. So yeah guys, I know I promised you guys I was going to bring that back in a couple of months, in a month or so. Sorry about that guys, but I will get that back as soon as possible. And I'll be back live streaming maybe a couple of weeks after I'm back. So yeah guys, yeah, I'm sorry about that, but I hope you guys understand, like I said, with what I said before. So yeah, without further ado, I am going to be doing the Hungarian Grand Prix race review, and yeah guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and yeah, let's get started. So I started off, before I start, I'm going to be only doing qualifying the race, because that was the most interesting part, the most juicy part, as some people would say. But yeah, let's get into it. So, into qualifying, it was very, very dramatic, very dramatic, and it started off in dramatic fashion, like I said, with Pastor Maldonado having some sort of problem. I don't know what specifically it was, but he turned off coming into the pit lane, just on the edge of the pit entrance. So that put Maldonado out of qualifying. He started 20th, and Hamilton having a big fight. He's qualifying up in smoke, literally. And yeah, real unfortunate. Apparently it was a fuel leak issue, and yeah, just unfortunate, really unfortunate for a guy who's trying to win the World Championship this year. I mean, just nothing's going his way. I mean, Germany, brakes issue, now this. I mean, just when will his luck return to good luck? So yeah, just so unfortunate for him. I really do feel for him, and yeah. So moving on as well. Moving on to Q2. Oh, another thing. Raikkonen was out. He opted to stay. Apparently, the team told him to stay in the pits, as they thought they could make it into Q2. Apparently not, as Jules Bianchi got into Q2. Good performance for him there. Maybe a star, maybe a person, maybe a driver who could be the next Ferrari driver. You never know. You never know, to be honest. So yeah, and then into Q2, Perez Hulkenberg, actually. Sorry, Hulkenberg. No, Perez. Yeah, Perez. Perez had a problem. He had some like little hydraulics problem, I believe. So yeah, Perez had a hydraulics problem that put him out of qualifying. He started 12th on the grid. Danny Kvyat, who was trying to get into Q3, spun. He put his rear tyres on the grass, which sent him flying onto the runoff area. He couldn't get his car fired up, so that enabled him out of Q2. So into Q3 then, and it started very dramatic as the rain came in very heavily. And that made a lot of the drivers run wide in Q1, especially Kevin Magnussen, who aquaplaned and was a passenger and ended up into the barriers at turn 1. And yeah, just unfortunate for Magnussen, passenger, like I said, when you aquaplane like that. So yeah, unfortunate for Magnussen. Rosberg did one right as well, but he didn't end up with any problems. And later on, we would go to find out that he would be on pole position by half a second. Man, this guy's got talent. Man, this guy's got good luck. I mean, just everything's going his way. I mean, this kid is very good, and could be a potential world champion. You never know. So yeah, and yeah. So he was on pole. Vettel gave him a good run for his money during the session. But in the end couldn't get a pole position off Rosberg. he had to start second place. Bottas did a good job in the Williams, getting third place, and Daniel Ricciardo fourth in the Red Bull as well. Good job, good performance by him there during this qualifying session. And then into the race itself. It started in very damp conditions, and Daniel Kvyat had a little problem. He said he had no engine or whatnot, which I believed it was no drive, to be honest. So yeah, he had to start. I think he had to start. I believed it was pit lane. I believe. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. But yeah, he dropped back. I think it was no way. Like his race was done at the moment that happened, to be honest. So yeah. And yeah, the start of the race, it was a good start for both, for the front row, and but not for long, as they went into the first corner. Valtteri Bottas managed to grab the second place spot after doing a beautiful move around the outside of Sebastian Vettel to take second place there. And as Hamilton went out of pit lane, it was only for a couple of meters, maybe a couple of meters, where Hamilton, going into turn 2, lost the rear of the car. I think it was due to like a brakes issue. Wasn't serious. He managed to get back on the road, which is good news for him. And then later on, we saw Marcus Ericsson running into the barriers, coming out of turn 4. Big accident, which brought out the safety car. And surprisingly, Rosberg, a lot of the front runners did not pit. I'm very, very surprised of that, because, the safety car came out just before they were going to go into pit lane. So whether it was judgment call, whether it was judgment errors or whatnot, we won't know. We don't know. So yeah, guys. I think it was judgment problems, I believe. So yeah, but honestly, Rosberg should have been the one calling the shots, because he was ahead of Hamilton. If Hamilton was ahead of Rosberg, then he'd be calling the shots. But no, it was Rosberg staying out, which allowed Hamilton to pit, and that put him into a really good, comfortable position, which actually was 13th on the road. So that was good news for him. And Button staying out on the intermediates. A lot of people going on to the slick tyres, but the two mechanics, going on to the intermediates, which turned out to be the wrong decision, as they dropped way down. I think they dropped down right outside the top 10 as soon as they made their stop for the slicks. So yeah, unfortunate for them. Be on the right tyre at the right time. That's the summative word for conditions like that. Be on the right tyre at the right time. So yeah. And then after that, the safety car was about to come in, but the safety car carried on as Romain Grosjean crashed coming out of turn 3. That kept as a result kept the safety car out on track. And then as soon as the safety car came in, we later saw Hulkenberg out of the race. He actually collided with his teammate Perez, which sent him into the wall, which didn't bring out the safety car, but brought out double yellows, meaning that nobody could overtake, and yeah. And then after that, we saw a major accident. That was Sergio Perez making a massive accident, crashing into the pit wall. Thankfully, it was okay. It was alright, and yeah, just unfortunate. And that meant that both Force Injuries was out, but unfortunate for them. And yeah, so after that, Hamilton was really chasing hard on Vettel. Hamilton did manage to get a couple of places. I'm not quite sure how he did it, but he managed to do it. He managed to get up to like 7th, I believed. Yeah, 7th. Rosberg was 5th. So all Hamilton needed to do to try to get close, maybe past Rosberg, was to get ahead of Vettel. But thankfully that didn't happen. That did happen easily, as Sebastian Vettel made a miraculous mistake, which almost saw him crash into the barriers. Thankfully his car was alright to continue, so that was good news for him. And later on during the race, Alonso got the lead of the race. Good for him there. Ferrari haven't really had a strong season, to be honest. Even though they've given us the best action, they still haven't had a good solid season. And as a result, so Alonso leading, good for Ferrari. So and then coming into lap 38, Hamilton pitted for his medium tyres, which was going to stay on to the end of the race, which exactly happened. And then later on during the race, and then also as a result as well, Ricciardo got the lead of the race. I don't know how, but Ricciardo did, and a lot of people say Ricciardo got the lead of the race. And then later on during the race as well, we saw this little team controversy unfolding, which was Hamilton and Rosberg. Hamilton, who was ahead, who was going to stay out to the whole, who was going to stay for the whole entire race, was going to bring these tyres to the end. Rosberg, who had to pit one more time, team told Hamilton to let Rosberg by to help Rosberg's race, but he didn't, and what a lot of people would think. What do I think about this? I think Hamilton had the right to really stay in position. You know, if I was Hamilton, I would do the exact same thing, because it's just like because I know it ruins this race or whatnot, but dude. I would rather see someone do it the hard way than do it the easy way, which is letting them by. It's just Hamilton. And anyway, Hamilton was pulling away. Rosberg was never really close enough to pass Hamilton at the end of the day. So it was like, why let him by? When you could just keep him ahead. Why let him by when you can keep ahead and let Rosberg do it the hard way? So it's just it was a really, really strange call by Mercedes there, and one that in my opinion Hamilton had the right to keep ahead. So. Yeah, I mean that was controversial, but that only lasted a couple of laps. To be honest, they told him on the team radio for a few laps, but Hamilton did not let him go at the end. So Hamilton kept third. Hamilton kept fourth. No, Hamilton kept third. Yeah, no, Hamilton kept fourth. Sorry. Oh my god, getting confused with positions. So that happened, and that was very exciting to watch, very controversial for the team, and so after that, Massa pitted from second place. He dropped, well done. So he had no chance of winning that. So yeah, it was all down to the three drivers, all down to Alonso, Ricciardo. Ricciardo actually pitted for a new set of soft tyres. And as a result, he caught right to the back of Hamilton and Rosberg with 10 laps remaining. And what a fight it was. What an absolute fight it was. And what a drive from Ricciardo. Ricciardo getting past Hamilton. It was a fantastic manoeuvre. I believe he actually did it coming out of turn 3, which is actually a beautiful pass, a beautifully well executed pass on Lewis Hamilton. And as a result, saw the Australian set his sights on victory, as he only had Alonso to get past, who was absolutely struggling with his tyres, and as a result, Ricciardo got ahead of Alonso with a stunning move down here inside, going into turn 1. It was a fantastic boulder move from Ricciardo. And it was not over. The race was not over just yet. We had a beautiful little tussle between the two Mercedes and the Ferrari of Alonso for second place, and it was very, very interesting indeed. Alonso hanging on, pushing as hard as he can to keep the two Mercedes behind him. Hamilton doing the same to Rosberg as well. But in the end, it was Nico Rosberg who brought his Red Bull to the winner's circuit. It was a fantastic win for him, their second win of the season, second win in his career. Fantastic, loved that race, it was fantastic to watch. Ricciardo thoroughly deserves it. And yeah, I mean, and Hamilton as well, got to congratulate Hamilton. What a drive, from spinning the car, from coming from the pit lane, from spinning the car, going into turn 2 and getting third place. Man, what a drive he is. I mean, that was a championship drive. You know, if he wins the championship, that'll be my highlight of his championship year. I mean, just unbelievable performance from him there. Unbelievable performance from Rosberg as well, trying to hang on to the championship as well. You know, even when Hamilton was ahead of Rosberg, he was still trying to hang on to his championship lead. So yeah, good drive from Rosberg as well. Good drive from everyone, to be honest. So yeah, and that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and yeah, guys, till probably next month or so. It's your boy 718. I'm out. Peace.